Sir Alistair Morton, you are co-chairman of EuroTunnel, and you must be a very proud man today.
I'm an extremely proud man, yes. Extremely proud. This is a tremendous achievement, a great commercial adventure.
Yes.
I mean, just think, you can get on a train in Waterloo and 3 hours later you can be having lunch in Paris.
Yes.
And that's just one of the possibilities. I mean, 3 hours later you could be still in the train, in the middle of the tunnel, having complimentary sandwiches.
Yes. Or 8 hours later, you could be walking back along the track, carrying your luggage back to England.
The options are absolutely enormous.
Yeah. And of course, the great thing about this is that it's entirely privately financed.
Yes, that gives me the greatest pleasure, that the Channel Tunnel, EuroTunnel, has paid its way, and not one penny of taxpayers' money has been used.
No, that's very good. Of course, you've last week announced your half-yearly figures for 1995. How are you doing? Because I remember last year in your prospectus that you issued to investors and potential investors, you prophesied your revenue would be for the whole of 1995, was it £524 million?
£524 million, yes.
And you got halfway through the year, and what have you got so far?
In the first 6 months, our revenue was £104 million.
So, by my calculations, you only need to make another £420 million in the second half of the year, and you'll be up to your target.
Yes.
So you've got to do 4 times better in the second half of the year than you've already done, yes.
That's right.
This
was in the ballpark area.
Yes. This wasn't a very accurate prediction of yours, was it?
Well, it depends what you mean by accurate.
Well, I was thinking of one figure being rather similar to another figure.
Well, I mean, if you're going to use the word in that very narrow, and I must say rather pedantic way.
We've talked about your revenue. I mean, what about profit and loss? What are those figures?
The figure that came out in the end was £464 million.
For the half year, that's quite good, isn't it?
Loss.
Loss, I see, yes.
Yes, but that isn't really a loss.
Is it not?
No.
It's just that it looks like a loss on the balance sheet because it has a little minus sign in front of it.
And the word loss after it.
And the word loss after it, yes. But
that's a technical matter.
It's misleading, isn't it?
It's very, very misleading.
Yes.
It's not a loss, because, you see, of that 464 million, 365 million amounted to payments of interest back to the banks.
Oh, you owe the banks, what is it that you owe the banks?
£8 billion.
£8 billion. So you do need a lot of money from somewhere, don't you?
Yes, we do, but we have various strategies for doing that.
Oh, really?
For example, you see, I could go to the city institutions and I could raise a tremendous amount of money by selling shares in the company.
Yes.
But of course I'd have to point out that this would be a unique operation, a once-and-for-all operation, and couldn't be repeated.
You would never do it again, no. I mean, do you think you could persuade them of that?
Well, I don't see why not. I've done it twice already.
That's right. In 1990 and 1994, you said this was the first and last time.
That's right.
You said.
And we're also thinking, of course, of litigation, of taking certain legal action
against
the ferry companies.
For what?
For taking passengers across the channel for less money.
Oh, really? That's extraordinarily underhand, isn't it, of them? Yes. To what depths ferries might sink.
Well, I hope so.
Yes. But you can't, of course, go to the government.
We can't, by statute, go to the government at all, because this is a privately funded operation.
Yes.
But we will be suing the government.
For what?
Well, everything, really. Not giving us the right sort of track or the trains, and basically not giving us enough passengers. Because, you see, a tunnel is just a hole in the ground.
Yes.
And what we expect is millions of passengers to arrive at one end, and then we process them through to the other.
But you can't do that unless the governments bring the passengers to one end.
That's right.
Yes.
And indeed, we may think of suing the passengers. But the other great strategy, of course, is to try and reduce this £2 million a day of
interest payments. I mean, if you owe
£300,
you do owe £2 million interest a day.
Every single day, Sundays included.
That's a crippling burden.
It is a crippling burden.
But have you any
our management team have found a very, very sophisticated way of getting around this problem.
Which is...
It's very, very highly technical, I'm afraid.
Well, could you explain it in layman's
Well, in layman's layman's terms, we've reduced the income payments by the interest payments by not paying them.
That's a very extraordinarily ingenious way of doing it. Very innovative, yes.
Yes, it is.
And
it is.
For those of us with overdrafts, that's quite an interesting thought. What do the banks say to this?
I don't know. I haven't opened the envelopes.
So you actually owe them £2 million every single day, but you don't pay them anymore.
Well, no, we're a responsible company. We still owe the money.
Yes.
And all we've done is we've declared an 18-month moratorium on giving them back any money.
But you still owe the money.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
But we have recognised a very crucial difference here between owing people money and paying them.
Yes, very crucial. And how much are you saving on this?
Well, it's difficult to say without the figures in front of me, but it's somewhere the difference between £2 million a day and nothing.
Yes. So that must make a tremendous difference.
It makes a tremendous difference to our whole financial situation.
But so you've declared this moratorium for 18 months, but surely at the end of the 18 months... Mm-hmm. The situation will be merely that you owe the banks a colossal amount more money than you
Let me stop you there. I really like that word colossal.
Ah, yes, do.
It sort of indicates an amount of money that's so huge that the human imagination finds it difficult to grasp.
And you think that's what happened to the banks?
Yes, I think at the end of 18 months that the banks, faced with this colossal amount of money, are going to have to rethink their side of the equation.
Or, in other words, they're going to realise they don't have a cat in hell's chance of getting the money back.
Exactly.
And you think they might well just forget about it, forget about the £8 billion that you owe them?
Yes, I do, and then we can start with a clean slate.
Yes.
And make a lot of money.
Yes. And, of course, it has to be remembered that not all these banks that you owe this money to are British, are they?
Oh, no, a lot of them are Japanese.
Oh, yes, yes. So
stuff them.
Thank you, Alison Morton.